This is your daily market review for Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. Let's go, y'all.
Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well.
This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent. This is your daily market review for Wednesday, February 12th, 2025. Hopefully you're having a good day. Interesting bounce. Talked about the potentialities of dropping, chopping, and then dealing with the PPI data, CPI data. Again, when you're dealing with unknowns, you have to be prepared for anything, right? So you have to look in the mirror and say, what am I prepared to handle? What is my risk profile? And am I going to trade around my positions? Because you don't know necessarily how something's going to open and then how it's going to close. Again, different opinions, different insights, different beliefs systems can affect how you handle the trade. And me personally, again, I'm not surprised we got the bounce. I think the PPI data might come in a little softer. Either way, the potentiality for chopping around. Again, if you look at the Stock Traders Almanac, again, this is why it's a really big deal. Bullish coming up, but then you get the pullback mid-February. Again, I've talked about this as a reoccurring thing within the notes, especially the seasonal calendar notes, that you're going to get this choppiness and potentially a pullback. You got the bounce. Again, it's a trader's market. I mean, I hate to sound like a broken record. Trader's market. That's what I think we're in, is we chop around. So again, if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, links description below. Love to help out. Again, chat GPT analysis of today's market move. That's funny that people are actually plugging that in. But my point being, ultimately, just be careful out there. I personally, on record, I think gold will be acting the best out of everything. Again, it looks like we're going back to the gold standards. Other countries are starting to hoard it. Trump is talking about it. Again, with how that affects Bitcoin, we'll see. Anyway, again, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I don't mean to sound like I'm bearish Bitcoin or anything other than I don't necessarily know. I'm going to be trading the technicals, and that's what you have to do. Because again, sometimes the news happens after the move. So people trying to understand always what's going to happen beforehand is hard. Hit the Calendly link. Let me know if you want to chat. Got a busy day tomorrow from about 10 to about 2. But if you have questions, want to reach out, want to get involved, hit me up. Also follow, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell on the Twitter, posting trades, ideas, thoughts, real estate stuff. Again, if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please do not hesitate to hit me up. Always here to help. Also, like, subscribe to the notification bell. If you want to donate to the channel, hit the thanks button. I think the minimum is $2. Or if you want to donate, channel description below. Please leave a comment below. If you feel like you want to, go. If you don't, give me feedback. I don't mind feedback. How can this channel better serve everybody as a whole? And again, tradingagent.com, tons of resources. Holler at your boy. All right, we know the Fed fund futures. This is what's getting interesting, right? There's definitely no cut expected now for March. It's when you get later in the year that they're talking about it, right? Now you're getting rate hikes, right? We're not even expecting a cut this year now. This is where it gets funky, right? When I say expecting, we need to be over 60%. I'm not seeing it anywhere. The odds of a rate cut just went out the window. Now, again, you'll say, oh, well, look at this. No. Like I said, think about it. It needs to be over 66.7% to be a lock. And we're not even there. And again, these are way out in the future. But point being is, there's no perception for one. Anticipation. Yikes. Bitcoin holding channel low. This is where, again, I don't like to be bullish or bearish. And gold's going to do this. Metals are every your favorite stocks. I talk about these recurring patterns because there's nothing new in trading. People are still people. Emotions are still emotions, and people are still idiots. And at the high, they're bullish, and at the low, they're bearish the most. And that's when you lead to chop zones, consolidation patterns, potential pullbacks, or blow off tops, blow off bottoms. Bitcoin had a huge move. Now it's in the consolidation range. We talked about 91,000 to 108,000. I know that's a pretty wide range, but that's the range. I don't make the ranges. If you break below it, it's fucked. Goes above it, it's all good. Now if it goes below it, again, now you need to start thinking, well, what's the support? That's where I'd be watching mid 68s, 7,000 area. Keep an eye on. Again, I don't really have a beef in it. Oil, all over the place. It looks like Trump is going to meet Putin in Saudi Arabia. I imagine they're going to talk about some sort of oil deal, if I had to guess. Natty gas holding up pretty well. Again, I like natural gas on pullbacks long term. Love it. Da-da-da-da-da. We're loving it. Oh, Palantir is not what I'm looking at first. Dollar. We talked about this many times. Seems to be channeling. Now remember, if you take the XDiv off, you put it back on. We are channeling slightly to lower lows, but it would be more like we're up in the mid 30s. So let's keep an eye on this, right? 100-day, 200-day, keep it simple, stupid, right? TLT. Oh, this is where it gets interesting, right? We talk about you don't chase it. We wait for the news. Boom. Second mouse always gets the cheese. Now, I said today, if you wanted to buy it, use the mid 86s as your stop. Hard stop, real simple. Keep it simple, stupid. And here you go. I mean, I personally don't. With the Fed Fund futures not showing any cuts coming up, you really need a market slam for bonds to go higher. So if you're betting on bonds to get bought, you're also probably going to be betting on the market drop. Just keep that in mind. Because right now, it's all going to be about fund flow. Let it flow, right? VIX. Holding this 15, 16 level. Let me zoom in. Holding it pretty well. Again, we'll see what happens the rest of the week. SPY, gap down, held the 50-day, rallied back around the 20-day. Again, we're in the choppy pattern. Keep it simple, stupid. Watch the levels. Take a snapshot if you need. Q, 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 Q. Same kind of thing. Held the 50-day, bounce back, trading between the levels. Keep it simple, stupid. IWM. Now, this is where, again, we talk about the junior, like not junior. Small caps typically lead up or down. If you're bearish or bullish, you trust that you need small caps. But remember, they are literally the definition of risk on for an economy, right? They're not acting well, chopping around, not near the highs. Keep an eye on it. DIA pops up, 20-day. I mean, this one, again, I'm not really a fan of the DIA as much as watching it, but just keep an eye on it, okay? Guild said we're near the upside monthly target zone. I'm not going to sit here and say you have to wait for a price. This is where people get stupid. I've seen short arming before, and I've seen blow off tops before. Is there a guarantee that we have to go back to the range highs? Or that 2 times range? No. Could we go higher? Absolutely. But do yourself a damn favor. I mean, it's like talking to the Bitcoin bros. Same thing to the gold bugs. This is where you got to be careful. Because right now, silver ain't confirming this move. We need to break the mid 29s. Without that, I don't really trust gold's going to have this big blast off. GDX, we talked about the miners. Undervalued, seemed like a good deal. Gap down, holding up pretty well. Junior miners, same kind of thing, holding up pretty darn well today. Keep it simple, stupid. AEM, holding up pretty well. This is the leader of the beast of the bunch. So keep an eye on it. Because again, I'm not a big fan of this formation. We filled the gap and then wicked. I mean, it's overbought. AG earnings this morning. Not bad reaction. I mean, mediocre. Just chopping around. Newmont got the pop in it. Held the 100, 200. Again, I mean, you zoom out, you go, these companies are really dirt cheap. And I'm on record saying this every other video. If you disappear for 1 to 2 years, you're probably going to be fine with the miners. There's going to be some volatility between now and then. Okay? Pass. Keep it simple. Watching the range highs. Taiwan Semi. Again, semiconductors to me, 50-day. They've already topped. Oh, what do you mean? They're going to the moon. Dude, they've already gone to the fucking moon. I hate when people don't zoom out. It's so silly. Watch the 50-day. Micron. Oh, man, this is a buy. No, this is the downtrend. It's already topped. It did the moonshot, folks. Did the moonshot. Now it's consolidating. Not saying that it can't pop, but again, trade the ranges. AMD. Not going to say that it can't pop here, but this thing looks like a doo-doo dog trend, downtrend. Doo-doo brown. I don't know. Keep an eye on it. NVIDIA, another one, right? We've talked about this one. Here's your short of 2025. No one believes it. Great. Even better. When nobody believes it, the more likely it's going to happen. 50-day, 100-day, especially when it comes to like going against the consensus of dumb money. Right? Look at all the sales coming. I mean, we've talked about last year, like insiders can't sell fast enough. Smart money dumping. But all you see is pumping to retail investors. Okay. Watch the 50, 100-day cross. Keep it simple, stupid. SMCI going to get delisted, it says, coming up. Fudge this thing, man. This is hard. I mean, just trade the range. I'd take my stock and run. Intellectual property, nice pop again. We talked about this, had the charity feel to it, that they might buy this out. There's rumors going around that, it's going higher. Oh man, it's going to be the buyout of the century. I mean, again, if this thing gets bought out, it's not going to be at a premium. You're probably somewhere close to what the price would be. Again, if you bought the range, well, we talked about it. It's a big choppy range. Congrats. I mean, again, this is what's so hard is you go, well, Intel. Dude, look at Intel versus every other semiconductor out there. This thing has been a piece of shit. So when people like get really high and mighty, but I'm like, you've been holding this thing for how long? Hoping, praying, and wishing you got a move like AVGO or NVDA or Taiwan Semi or name any other chip leader. Your day is not now. Again, I don't think they really have much of a future other than they get bought out. Cool. And will they be a premium? No, it's a charity buyout to get the government tax credits and some sort of incentives to build in America. Build back better in America. AVGO seems to be chopping around here again. Oh, you owned Intel for the last how long? And you should have bought what? Yeah, you could have bought AVGO, Broadcom. Way better. Sorry, it's just so easy sometimes. All right, SMH. You could have bought the SMH. What are you talking about? No, yes, you could have bought the SMH. And it did way better than the intellectual property. You see my point? Again, I'm not trying to bash. I'm just saying, like, you underperformed. Watch the ranges. Chopping around. Keep it simple, stupid. Adobe. Talk about nice pop, right? We said this once. If it held the 20-day, it could go to the 50-day. And is it possible to go to the 100-day? I mean, at this point, it seems to be building off the lows. Now, again, I'm not saying like, oh, it's going to new highs at 700 or something. No, I mean, you get oversold bounces, folks. This is part of the game. Don't hate the game, hate the play. Don't hate the play, I hate the game. Same kind of thing. Keep an eye on it. Apple, you got to be eyeing the short here. People are like, oh, but it got over the 100-day. I get it. We said it was always possible to fill the gap. I even said it wouldn't be surprised if we hit the 50-day of some of the CPI earnings or CPI stuff. Oh, that's really cool that they're adding some AI with Baba. Dude, who doesn't have AI coming? Everybody and their mom. We'll see what happens here. Amazon. Again, I mean, Apple is so rich on the valuation, considering their earnings are continuously slowing. Their growth multiples slowing. Be careful. Look at this one, Amazon. 20-day, watching the range lows from earnings. Meta seems to be holding up pretty well. Again, I mean, ever since Zuckerberg was staring at Bezos' wife's boobs, man, this thing's been a rocket ship. Not really necessarily rocket ship for the last like week, but it's been holding up pretty consistently. Again, I mean, it's overbought. When does it top? I don't fucking know. Don't know. That one's a tough one. Again, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say short it every day. No, just leave it alone. CRM, we talked about double top. Look at this. Hits the 100-day. Doink. Guggenheim gets popped on earnings. Not a bad earnings, but look what happens here, right? What do you do? Holding the gap. We said the blue zone was possible once the 50-day broke. So now where are you? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, right? Like, keep it simple. It has to hold here. If it holds, you can play the up here. It's not a hard trade. Guggen doesn't, I mean, again, it's very binary. Microsoft, we talked about how this thing's just been a sloppy mess. You're hitting some old trend lines. Man, this is an old one. It wasn't even that strong. I'm going to remove it. I apologize. People are like, your charts are so sloppy. I'm like, I know. Just fucking own it, Dan. Yeah, your charts are sloppy. I know. Tell me something I don't know. Right? Sorry, updating. I'm trying to make it cleaner. Someone will say, you're an asshole. Cool, thanks. Why? I don't know. People always have an opinion. But just like assholes, everyone has them. Keep an eye on it. I mean, again, you might, maybe, are we due for a tech bounce? We'll see. NDAQ, we talked about this thing, double topping. Congratulations, now you're at the 50-day. A little oversold, due for a bounce, maybe. MicroStrategy. This one's interesting. Again, it seems to be holding support. If Bitcoin breaks, this thing gets flushed. If it holds, Bitcoin holds. Maybe this thing is building a base. Maybe it needs to hit the 100. I don't fucking know. My point being is that if you're trading this one, keep it simple. I mean, keep it tight. Keep it tight, keep it right. Netflix and what? Holding up. Again, 1030 upside. Keep an eye on this. Roblox. Right? Gaps down in earnings. This thing's been on fire. We liked it down here. Didn't buy it. Stupid. We talk about high volume at lows and highs is very, capitulatory. Oh well, Pan W. It's like, just don't stare at it too long. It'll piss you off. We holding over the 190s. It is what it is. Tesla. We said this was oversold near term. You got a bounce. Now again, how long? How much? Who knows? 100-day. This is where, again, you can define your risk. You have a multi-day range. Use the 329 level as your stop. If it bounces, hell yeah. If it doesn't, hell yeah. Insight, we've talked about this one endlessly. Again, dropped back down to the 200-day. I like this company. I think they get bought out. Watch the mid-50s. Hims, hers. Yes. Here we go. 2 times range retest today. Volume is do. There's a high short interest. So this is one of the things we talk about. Watching the 45, 46 area. If you're going to short this, tight stops. If you're a bull, roll up your, trades, right? Trailing stops. See what happens here. Again, I'm not going to sit here and go, you can't go any higher. No, dude, if you want to short it here, it makes sense. I mean, whatever is priced in, people are going, oh, did you see the money they spent? Their revenues in the future, blah, 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 future. No shit. Has the stock not priced it in? That's the question. People are like, no, you don't need the earnings. Remember, the market's really good at pricing future earnings before it happens. Think about a lot of these stocks, how they moonshot and then they go nowhere or they pull back once the good news comes. Keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on that 45, 46 area. Palantir, watching this 2.5 times range. McDonald's gets the pop, right? Talked about it. Okay, keep an eye on this one. I mean, if you want to trade it. DKNG, man, my alarms are going off nuts today. I did not do anything on this. Again, if you're a bear and you got stopped out, happens. If you're a bull, congrats. Now, if you're either or in eyeing trades, you got to watch the mid 45s. Okay, Airbnb, nice little bounce. That's a strong candle over the 200-day. Man, the volume's still kind of schmah. I'd be watching. I mean, look where it's. Man, did it? Yeah, it got there. Watch what happens. Hit the blue zone. We're in it. Costco goes moonshots, right? We're up. It's a fib extension. We talked about this one building a head and shoulders formation. Keep an eye on it. Starbucks holding up pretty well. I like the idea of a short, but you really need to break the 110. Continues to build. Let it go. Federal Express. This one's chopping around. Again, I think things you don't see if this economy strong. Caterpillar. We talked about this breaking the 200-day. Deere has earnings after the close tomorrow or before the open. Sorry. Keep an eye on that one. Deere, we talked about it might rip back up towards the high before the earnings. Holding the 20-day, yeah, this is. Again, you're rolling the dice here. If you long this and you don't take any profits, shame on you. If you're a bear and you're just holding, again, we talked about this. The second mouse gets the cheese, right? First one gets the trap. Whatever happens, play around the action that the reaction is. Keep it simple. Nucor, talk about don't trust commodity. I don't trust them. Not that I said they wouldn't bounce, but again, long term I do, but near term I'm not. No. Waiting for the volatility to pick up to snag these on some discounts. Again, not to say that some of these haven't bottomed, like say VALE with the high volume to lows, but just waiting for pullbacks. Keep it simple, stupid. Arrow, Kiss method, keep it simple, stupid. I like this one long term. And the volume down here is pretty damn big, y'all. Again, I'm not going to say this isn't the bottom, but it feels like it could be a bottom. Like that is some shit, right? That is some volume in this range. So somebody's doing something, but again, 1.2 million shares isn't a lot on a $13 stock. So keep an eye on it. CCJ, we said uranium prices peaked, chopping around, watching 200-day. CF again, we like ag names. People go, oh, I'm going to buy it today. I'm like, okay, Brent, new lows. Mosaic, oh, I'm going to buy it. I'm just going to chop around, leave it alone. NTR, oh, I got to buy it. And just, come on, let it be. AA Aeron, again, we love aluminum. Love it. How much do you love it? A lot, but I'm not going to chase it. XLF, this is where we're talking about today. Watch what happened when it filled the gaps up here. And it wasn't necessarily a gap, but just touching back that blue zone, holding the 20-day. To me, it's just a matter of time before it breaks. That's my opinion. Sticking to it, and you can haze me if you want. JP Morgan, again, I like the long-term puts on this. Morgan Stanley Morgan, chopping around. 20-day kind of broke, but you have a 3-day range, so that's what I'd be watching more than the 20-day. Bank of America, blah, 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 50-day. Goldman Sachs, again, chopping around. KRE, we talked about these things are hard to trust. Gaps down. Again, I mean, you zoom out long-term, I think they're going to get blasted. Jets, Benny and the Jets. We talked about the 50-day has to break where you're holding it. So, again, keep an eye on it. I mean, it makes sense to me that it could get slammed. XBI, we talked about this being a risk-on name. It seems to be really choppy, just like the market. So, I mean, it's just watching it. Housing index, did not like the higher rates today, obviously not. We talked about this thing. I mean, here's your top. Here's your dead cat bounce, maybe. Man, if you take out the 101 area, look out below. Solar, turds, like nerds, turds, surge, or sedge going nowhere. ENPH chopping around. I mean, again, First Solar chopping around, right? HYG, again, you got to be out of your mind to buy corporate debt, in my opinion. You have, again, it's not really like a big short on it, but it's worth watching. Oil on that news that we're going to be talking with the Saudis and Russia. Okay, makes sense. It's pulling back. UNG, I hate this product. Have you heard me say that before? Yeah. KOLD is the short. We talked about this. It was an amazing trade. Now, near term, it's probably not risk reward on. It's more like just take the short, back off. XOP said yesterday, I don't like the doji at the 200-day after the pop. Look what happens. Kapow, right? Keep an eye on it. CVE. I mean, I like the junior names. I like them at these prices. I just would like to see a little more pain and suffering in these names. Valero, we said the gasoline names were not looking that convincing, right? Valero hits the 200, backs off. Now it's making new lows off the highs, right? MPC, we're like, ugh, here you go. Same kind of thing. Like, you needed the follow through to trust gas. I'm telling you guys, the gasoline names typically lead the oil and stocks. Here's ExxonMobil going nowhere, chopping around, right? Occidental. Again, I think Buffett can't lose on this, but I'm just like, come on down. Come on down. Price is right. I don't know what the right price is, but I don't really care. I'd love to just see it get crushed. EQT, we like this name long term. Again, holding up really damn well, but I'm not going to chase it. And last but not least, Flex LNG. Keep an eye on this. Again, I think we'll be natural gas exporter. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. You're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, holler at your boy. Got 3 closings with friends who have used me as a referral this month. Or sorry, in the last couple months. Dude, people are doing so well. Again, if you're working with the best agents, they're going to give you the best deals. If you are working with an agent that I've recommended, I'm telling you, trust them. Trust the pros. They're not going to, again, I tell this people all the time when you're working with a great real estate agent. Their goal is to find the best homes for you, help you get the most amount of money if you're selling your house as quick as possible. The reality is that you might think the market is worth this and worth that. It doesn't matter. You have to trade the market you're in. Same thing as real estate investing, right? You'd like to project that house prices will be higher a year from now. You'd like to assume that prices will be lower. It doesn't matter. You have to deal with the market you're with. And so if you want a great agent that can help you out, get you where you want to be, meaning if you need a move, you want to buy an investment property, do not hesitate to reach out. I'm always here to help. And again, I appreciate all the love, support, generous donations. You guys are amazing. I love this community. Thank you guys for posting. Again, it's not about all agreeing on what we think the market's going to do because no one has a magic fucking crystal ball. You guys have a great night. Talk to you later.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.